Oh, happy Monday, happy Monday. IOBA, my name is TC. So I'm looking at my Facebook feed, and one of my old friends, a woman I used to like, just had a birthday. And she's older than me, so we two old people, but she still looks good. I think about a lot of them people from back in the day, and it's becoming fewer and fewer of us around, you know? So when I see somebody have a birthday, you know, I always wish them happy birthday and shit like that. Sometimes I wonder if they know who the fuck I am anymore, but I'm still out here, and that's the only thing Facebook is good for anyway. Every once in a while I'll sell a piece of art on Facebook, but other than, you know, reaching out to a grandchild or something every once in a while, staying in communication, business purposes, I don't usually use social media the way I used to. But anyway, I'm thinking about, you know, some of these old people and how they function and how they turned out, you know what I'm saying, in life. And some of us, like me, I'm basically the same way as I always was. And people don't believe that shit, but I'm the same way as I always was. That's what I'm entitled this video. The same as I always was. Why? Because I am. I formed my basic opinion and my basic vibe back in probably 1981. And between 1981 moving forward, in 1981, that's when I really adopted a whole different attitude about shit, you know? I'm gonna tell you something. People can say what they want. People can say what they want. But when I started listening to Marley and reggae music, my whole life turned around. It really the fuck did. It really did. I remember the first day I put on a Marley record. I played the first track on side B, Coming In From the Cold. And I was hooked ever since, and listening to the lyrics in that record, because a lot of it is scripture. Listening to the lyrics and understanding the lyrics changed my way of thinking. And it reaffirmed some shit I always knew was true. Now, it didn't run me into the church. In fact, it sent me the other way. But it made me more of a righteous person. It really did. And that ain't no bullshit. Listening to Bob Marley, with all his faults and shit like that, that ain't got nothing to do with how he lived his life or any of that, or how the band was, or how the actual musicians were. Because I listen to a lot of Peter Tosh, and I listen to a lot of artists, you know, Jacob Miller, Gregory Isaac, a lot of them, John Holt, and you know, it was all about the messages in the music, not the musicians themselves. Dennis Brown, it wasn't the musicians themselves, it was the messages, and I lived by that message, and it created inside me a righteous attitude. I didn't want to fuck nobody over. I didn't want to cheat nobody. I didn't want to steal nothing from nobody. Everything that I got, I wanted to work for. And I guess that's basically how I've been living ever since. And it's all because, like, at 21, I adopted this attitude. And I'm the same now as I was then. I still like to work hard. I still like to listen to righteous, conscious music with a message in it. I'm still an artist. I still lift weights. I still have a strong opinion on shit. Shit that I really don't even have to care about anymore, I still care about. I'm the same now as I was then. I'm a lot wiser though. I've seen a lot of shit a whole bunch of times. You feel me? When you see a lot of shit a whole bunch of times, you know kind of how things are going to turn out. And that's where I'm at also. I've seen a lot of shit a whole bunch of times. So, for the young people out there, I guess the takeaway message is, don't be afraid to get old. Don't be afraid to get older. Because, you know, let me tell you something else. Old is an attitude also. A lot of times. I told myself the other day, I was working out, man. And I'm thinking, if I fucking act like an old man and think like an old man, I become an old man. Yeah, I've been on the earth, or this soul been in this body for a long time, like 67 years. But if you take care of it, it don't age like that. You age like 2 months for every year of your life that you live. If you stay in shape, you age about 2 months for every year. You don't age 10 years for every 1 year that you are alive. You age about 2 months for every 10 years you're alive. So you wind up with a net gain. You know what I'm saying? You chronologically, you one age, but physiologically, you're another. You dig me? And that's where you try to be at. But you don't stress over being on the earth a long time. The only way you stress is if you get sick. Some illnesses, some things come up on you. I understand that. But you got to make the best of what you got. You can't help that shit alone. You feel me? So, yeah. And I always thought like that. I always thought like taking care of myself. Like, okay, for example, when we was all 16, 17 years old, and my partners, they started smoking cigarettes. Some of them was already smoking herb. Now, me, with my young self, I wasn't smoking a goddamn thing. I wasn't even drinking. I didn't drink a beer until I was legally able to drink a beer. I didn't drink a beer on a regular basis until I was probably in my middle 20s. I didn't realize beer was one of the major food groups until I was about 30. And right now, I do understand that Bud Light is necessary. However, in moderation. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, I am the same way now as I was then. And I think in righteous terms. I believe in working hard. I believe in doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. I really do. And those are the takeaways as you get older. Those are the things that help keep you vital and help keep you sharp. You got to read because you do forget shit, but you got to read. And then you got to make a conscious effort to not forget shit. Write stuff down, all of that. That's how I do it anyway. You know. But it's reassuring when you see a young person forget some shit. You be like, yeah, now I don't feel so bad. But yeah, man. So, you know, keep your head up as you grow older, man. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Just take care of yourself. There ain't a whole lot you can do about it any motherfucking way, and stay true to yourself. Stay true to who you are. Don't change for other people. It's easy as hell to be yourself. That's the easiest thing you can do, like right now. It's the easiest. It is very, very stressful trying to be something that you're not. It creates stress, and stress creates illness in the body. So you got to try to live a stress-free lifestyle. My wife asked me the other day, what do I want? What do I want? I said, I want peace. And I meant that shit. Because at this stage in life, When you're a brother, when you're a black man, when you're any man, but especially when you're a black man, you're already dealing with a whole bunch of crazy illnesses that other ethnic groups don't have to fuck with. Like, systemic racism, police brutality, institutionalized racism, not being able to say institutionalized, shit like that. That's what you're dealing with as a black man as you get older. And add to that, having to argue with somebody, nah, man, my stress level, I ain't trying to do that. So, yeah. And I work out. So get yourself on a program. And I've always worked out. That's another thing. I'm still working out. People used to tell me I was going to stop. People used to tell me I was going to get fat. I was going to do this. I was going to do that. I used to tell them. Me, just like a lot of other brothers I knew who trained with me back then, we all still work out. Excuse me. We all still work out. Just like I said, you don't stop. It becomes part of who you are. Shout out to the brothers who I see on Facebook from back in the day who still work out. Just like I do. Still strong. That's how, that's who the core of what you are, man. You develop a certain set of principles at a very young age, and you stay with them for the rest of your adult life, and you'll be all right. And that's the message. Don't be fronting and bullshitting and capping for nobody. Well, sometimes you gotta bullshit a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you do have to bullshit a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Sometimes you gotta fucking lie a little bit. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, sometimes you got to lie. Anybody that says you don't have to lie is lying. But I digress. Just don't do anything malicious to where it'll hurt somebody or cost somebody their job or their livelihood or their reputation. No, you don't do that kind of shit. But if somebody asked me if I was hiding any runaway slaves, I'll say no, when I got about 6 of them in the basement for sure. Right? So I lie in a case like that. That's what I'm talking about. To break it down for folk. Because sometimes, if you live long enough, you'll see there are other times when you're going to have to tell the untruth. You dig me? But I'm just rapping right now, but I'm going to close out with this. Be true to yourself. Don't change yourself. It's a lot less stressful than trying to be someone who you are not. You look like an asshole. And people don't believe the shit anyway. And they talk about you when you ain't there. So there's that. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace.